Well, here I is, and I sure feel good.
Oh, you feel good, do you?
Yeah, I was just out of the pen.
All right, now that you're here, what can you do?
What can I do? Oh, boss, what I can't do ain't.
Well, who are you?
Who is I? I'm Bosco. That's who I ain't nobody else except Bud.
Bosco, eh? All right, Bosco, show me what you can do.
Okay, boss, what's this here? Who's all them folks out there in the dark?
Why, the audience, Bosco. Can you make them laugh?
Got a piano?
Yeah, there you are.
Right there. Ain't that a heck of a move? When there is gray sky, I don't mind the gray sky. I still had you, sunny boy. Hey, where's I at? Dang, I was really drifting. Sunny boy.
You'll go back to the pen for that.
Well, so long, folks. See y'all later.
And a one fish, two fish. And a one fish, two fish. And a red fish, blue fish. Fish, two fish. And a red fish, blue fish. I think I'm good. And a red fish, blue fish. I think I'm good. Let's try to get comfortable in the chair. Make sure the camera's kind of looking at me. Try to get comfortable in the chair. Make sure the camera's kind of looking at me. Kill the echo on Twitch. We'll take a peek over and see what's going on with the YouTube. I am in the wrong spot. Let's try this. Yo, Art says it sounds good over on YouTube. What am I doing? Boom. My channel. And there I am. And there I am. All right. All right. We're all good. We're all good. We are still working on the swimsuit. We're trying to put those final touches on here. Yesterday we finished up the special morphs. I think we've got the things organized. I think we still have to make some thumbnails, and we still have to do some D4 settings and hierarchy materials. I think that's what we've got left. Let me see. File, open recent, Akfo swim thumbs. There we go. We'll start with that. Howdy, Art. Howdy's Charles. I see you there, Charles. I think that was it. I think I saw Charles shouted out Art, and I think I see Art over on YouTube. Okay, so we're good. No, we don't need to save those changes. I'm a little behind the flowers there. Let's move that just a hair, maybe. And we'll take a look. I might still have to render the main thumbnails for the swimsuit, the camera, or maybe I've done those already. I don't know. We'll take a look. I'm so lost. I'm going to hide my content library behind the chat for just a second here. I don't know if you saw that over on YouTube. It did shout out Charles. All right, let's. I'm going to put that there for just a second while I go to my content library because I don't know where I am. Come down here. There we are. I can bring this back out. And we're going to people, Genesis female clothing, and why do I see nothing in here? There it is. I did render thumbnails. Excellent. So those are done. We have the thumbnails over here. I think this is all ready to go. We'll probably run a couple of poses just to make sure it sims okay. I've been debating whether or not I want to add stitching to the textures. I might still do that. We might do that on Thursday. But for today, I think this is good. I think I've got, I do have this saved. But we're going to do these. These are going to be the D-Force presets. So we're going to need to do these. Then I'm going to make some thumbs. And then, how do I want to do that? Yeah, we're going to do this. Let's, so we're going to set up some presets so that you can have the D-Force on the default. Set the D-Force to full or have D-Force turned off for the top and the bottom. So we're going to set those up right now. So I'm going to set this up. We're going to hide the camera. So we don't need to be seeing that camera. So we're going to put that away. I'm going to put a generic shiny shader on the main figure. So we're going to take that. I've just got this little button here that just puts this generic shader, and we'll also do the eyes. So activate generic shader for the eyes. I did not select the eyes. Let's try that again. There we go. And then I'm going to render this. I'm going to set this up with a generic shader too for these thumbnails. So for these, I'm just going to put my generic silk on here. And I'm just going to use this gray color. I like to do these for the thumbs. Now I'm going to put the displacement map back on here. Did I not save? I did not save the displacement map. Oh no. Oh, I did save it. I bet you it's over here. Disaster averted. There they are. There's my displacement map. Should be good. Yo, DJ Ray in the house? Is that what happened? Yo, there's DJ Ray. The partay animal. I think this is good. So this is going to be the default. So we're going to come over here. I'm going to save this as a material preset. We're going to set you up to be Akfo D-Force top default. Do that. And we're just going to save check only the simulation settings. All right, should be good. I should just hit accept on that. And then we wait a minute. All right, I'm gonna. Are you still? You're still saving? We're still saving. This is the reason why I'll turn CMS off. I probably do. I want to turn the CMS off for this. Probably. I think we're going to turn the CMS off. Content management. Because this is just silly. And most of this time is just spent as it updates the database. And now we're getting bored. Okay, we're good. I'm going to render that. I'm rendering too big. We're going to cancel that. So we're going to render out a tip file, which means I have to set this to be 256 by 256, like that, and then we're going to render this. Render. There we go. So actually, I should simulate this. I'm sorry. Let's run the simulation. Activate, simulate. Let's see if. So the default doesn't do a whole lot. It kind of tightens things up. So we're going to do that. Now I'm going to render that. That is the default simulated rendered. Okay, now I'm just going to step away for just a minute, but I'll be right back. So, there's the I'll be back. I'll be back. Okay, we're back. All right, we're navigating over to save this thumbnail. This is over in Sporty Swim. People, we're doing this in Genesis 8. This is where I saved this file. Materials, D-Force presets right there, and we're going to overwrite that right there, which we just saved. So I'm going to do that. All right, now we're going to set this to not have any D-Force on it. So, and I'm going to turn the content management system off right now. So we're going to go over the smart content, which is, where is my smart content? Where did you go? There you are. So we're going to come over here and we're going to stop the CMS. Oops. All right. And now I'm going to come back over here to surfaces and we're going to set this to be not dynamic. So we're going to come down to here, set our D-Force strength to 0, and then save that as a material preset. I'm going to do that, and this is going to be D-Force off. So we're going to do that. Hit save, right click and choose check only all simulation settings and accept that. There we go, we're done already. Now we'll render this thumbnail. Oh, why are you being slow? What the hell? Well, it's certainly faster than before, though. Oh, I forgot to run this. Hold on. Yes, I'm going to cancel that render. All right, we're going to run. The shorts are still deforced, though. That's why it's actually doing something. But the top shouldn't have done anything, so we should be good there. There's a very small difference between this and the default when you look at it in the thumbnail. So, all right, that's going to make a nice thumbnail there. Good enough. Save that. I'm going to overwrite this one over here that says off. Okay, now we're going to take this off and we're going to set this to be full. So I'm going to set that dynamic strength to be 1. Oh, you know what? My buckling stiffness is 5%. Is that right? No. This is right. This is right. It's 0.1. Never mind. I'm good. Okay, now we're full. I'm going to take this off the character for a second so we can see it. Select parameters. General. Mesh. Fit to. We're going to unfit that. Accept that. Okay, I'm going to hide this. All right, I'm going to bring my plane for a second. So I think let's just switch back to, say, the default camera. If I do this, and now we simulate, it should drop down to the, and hit that plane. And that's what it's going to do. So I'm shrinking this. Let me see if I'm going to tweak this or not. Let's take a look. So we're doing a little bit of an expansion ratio, so we're contracting just a little bit on that. If I put that back to 100, do I want to do that? Or do I want to just leave that at 95? You know what? I think I'm going to set the full to be 100% without an expansion on that. Or do I can't make up my mind. You know what? I think I'm going to leave it at 95. Never mind. I'm waffling. There we go. So we're going to leave it the way it was with the full. Did I save the full yet? I have not saved the full yet. And actually, I got to do this because I was typing in the wrong spot. Take a look here. I have not saved the full yet. So we're going to save this with the deforce setting of full. Material preset. So this is going to be deforce top full. 1, 2, 3, FULL. Hit save. Check only the simulation settings and accept that. Should be good. I'm going to hide this plane. That is running a little slower than it should. You know, I think that shutting down with the fast was wrong. Remind me not to do that. Alright, we're going to hide this plane. And I'm going to render this. Let's see if I'm showing the ground plane on the render. Nope, that's exactly what it's supposed to look like. Alright, I think that's good. Save that. Over this. Now we just have to do this for the bottom. So I'm going to hide that and bring back this. And we'll zoom in on the bottom. And we're going to kind of what we did with the other one, set it up to be a gray. and tweak the settings. Surfaces, do that. First off, I think I'm just going to do the file, save as a material preset, and you're going to be bottom default. Is that good? That looks good. Do check only simulation settings and say accept that. Alright, now I'm going to set this up to render a couple of thumbnails. So let's come over here to shaders. Don't be that slow. Put my... Why are you... Is something dogging me? Oh, I'm out of the camera again. That's just running weirdly slow. Do I have the right bottom selected? What the hell? You know what? It's probably that fast CMS is screwing me up. Remind me not to do that ever again. Alright, we're going to put the displacement back on. Yo, I'm only a big child. How are you doing? Oh my god. I'm going to shut this down and restart it. Hey, thank you for those bits. I appreciate that. I think those were bits. I can't tell. And you're okay? Well, that's good. Oh, what is it doing? Holy guacamole, I'm going to check my task manager and see if I can spot if something's going wrong here. It's probably because I shut the CMS down using the fast instead of the smart. So now Daz is punishing me. We're going to shut down Daz and restart it. And I don't know why Daz has two options for shutting it down. One, smart, the other one, stupid. Why you even make an option like that? Alright, it's not responding. I'm just going to kill it. Let's try this again. Alright, what are you? Are you my Daz? I think this is the right one. Alright, we should be good. Let's put you down. Let's put you over here where we can see you. Alright, I'm going to shut down the CMS again. This time. And I can't see it. It's somewhere. There's the smart content. This time I'm going to tell it to do the smart the way I should. Stop CMS. Smart. And accept that. Alright. That actually went faster than it shut down last time. Alright, let's open up this thumbnail again. Save current. No, we're not going to save current changes to the scene. We're going to take a look over here where we were doing the bottom. I think I was just saved with the default settings, and I think I was about to render a thumbnail. when Daz decided to stop playing nice. All right, we are back. Let's do this. Let's go check out. Check that out. Come over into here. I got to recolor our Genesis figure. So I'm actually going to select, there's the eyes, there's that, come over here, select all those surfaces, apply my preset to shade that, come over here. All right, now we're going to set this up. Oh, I'm all the way back over here again. People, Genesis 8, clothing. Let's pop over here to my generic shaders. Get that silk on there. Get that gray on there. Let's put that displacement. This is going so much better than it was before. Get that displacement on here. Let's activate. Let's take a look at our presets. I did save the default bottom, so we're going to now make the thumbnail for that. Actually, let's run this sim. And you can see it just gets a little tighter. Or maybe you didn't see that at all. Oh, and I got to reset my thumbnail size. Dang it. On a side note, Render will be having their second annual graffiti contest, offering $1,000. All right, we got to tweak some stuff. I'm going to cancel this render. I'm going to tweak my camera because I've got depth of field on. So I'm going to turn depth of field off on that. And we're going to render at 256 by 256. Let's do that. And you know what? I'm going to just hit a save on this right now. And then we'll do a render. And that'll be the thumbnail. Well, actually, these are the tip files, but we'll make the thumbnails from these. All right, looking good. I'm going to save this. Humdidy, where am I? Beach folder. You can't see it. I snuck over the screen too. I know. We'll be back in a minute. I promise. Guarantee. And you are overwriting that one there. Okay, now we're good. All right, now we're back. All right, I got to do two more. We got to do one with it D-force turned off, and then one with the D-force full. So let's do that. Select you, come to surfaces, select all of this. I'm going to come down here and turn the dynamic strength off to 0. And then I'm just going to run the sim again. And then we're just going to render this. I'm also double checking that this doesn't move, so I have to save this though. Let's save that. Save as a material preset. Bottom off. Like that. Alright. Uncheck only simulation settings and accept. And it's saved already. That is so much faster than when we shut it down using that stupid fast. Alright, we're good. I gotta render again. Render. There we go. Alrighty, let's save you right there. Say yes. Alright, now we're going to take this off the figure, hide the figure, and then make this fully deforced and save that setting. So parameters, we're just going to fit to none here with the bottom, none right there. Accept. All right. Hide that Genesis 9. Come back over to here. Come over into the... Oh yeah, and I'm going to make my plane visible too, so that it'll stop it when it drops. And I'm lost. Surfaces. We're going to surfaces. And do all this. And then I'm going to make this completely dynamic. So we make that dynamic strength 1. And then we're just going to save this out as the full preset. Material preset, there we go. D-force bottom full. And save that. And check only the simulation settings and accept that. That went so fast. I didn't even notice it. That is not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. There we go. Hide you. And render that. Should be good. I can stop that. And then we'll just save that over here. And say yes to that. Alright, now we're going to fix these. So right now we can't see these, but we do have, if you hover your mouse over there, you can see what we just rendered. Now we have to turn these into 91 by 91 thumbs. So we're going to delete these ones it has generated and swap them out for our own. So you're bad, you're bad, you're bad. Not good, not good, and not good. Get rid of those. Select these. Use the handy dandy power tool resizer. Make those 91 by 91 copies. We're making copies. Then we're going to rename these because this has got extra garbage in there. Use the power toy renamer. And I still have the right patterns still sitting here, so we'll just apply that. Close you. Back over to here. Do a refresh. There we go. And you know what? I'm just going to copy all of these. And we can use these for the Genesis 9 as well. So we're coming over here. And we can just, you know what? I'm going to delete that. And then we can just paste. There we are. Alright, now we just have to set up a bunch of hierarchical materials. Do I want to do... So we have one. And I have to do this for each figure individually. Genesis 9 and Genesis 8, they can't use the same hierarchical material files. Also, I don't have materials in here. Those are actually, we can just use the ones for Genesis 8 for those. So we'll grab those and copy them over right now before I... So we can just grab all of this, copy it, come over here. And we'll just paste all of those right there. Okay, and now we're going to look at this. Alright, so I'm going to turn that off. We're going to bring Genesis 9 back. We're going to parent this back onto the Genesis 9. Somewhere over here, maybe like this. Fit to, there we go. Genesis 9 favorites, that's the one I'm working with. Okay, I think I have a hierarchical material file in here, but we're going to test it. So I'm going to just reset the shaders on this, and this, just to see if that hierarchical material file I have is working or not. So I'm just going to drop my generic shader on here real quick, and then we're going to apply this right here and see if that works. I'm going to select the camera. Let's do that. That did not change the camera though. Nuts. I guess I didn't save it with the camera. We should save it with the camera. Let's get that back. All right, there we go. So we're going to save this. And the camera only has one color, black, but still we're going to include it as part of the material set here. So I'm just going to do this. Hierarchical material preset. Yep. Overwrite. Target file exists. Would you like to replace it? Yes. Okay, so I don't need that, and I don't need these eyes, but we do want the rest. I've got 2 swimsuits in here. You know what? I'm going to just get rid of those. And I should clean this up. You know what? We're going to do these. Here we go. We'll try this. Somebody's got too much stuff in here. Okay, am I better now? I think so. We're testing again. I'm going to put that on. We're going to scrub these materials and then test to see if it works. Also, oh, I should have. Okay, and also we're going to scrub these, or at least make them something different than what we were just doing. All right, now we're going to test the hierarchical material file. So I'm going to just say, let's select that, come over here, apply that. All right, that looks like it worked well. It did not change the main figure of the eyes, and it did change everything else the way it was supposed to. Okay, now I just need to come up with some other color combinations. I think we'll add the dirty to this. So we're going to do a worn black and aqua version. Let me see how I can do. I don't have a worn camera though. Should I? Maybe we'll do that. Things to do. Maybe not today, but later. Surfaces. That and that. So I think we're going to. Yeah, let's apply. Do I got a worn black in here? I do have a worn black. Let's start with a worn black. And then we're going to change the trims. I should have organized my trims a little better. Trim, 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 and trim. And trim, trim. I think that's all the trims there. So we're going to swap these out with the aqua. Right there. There it is, worn aqua. Uh-oh, something happened. Oh, I think that was a shout out for I'm Only a Big Show, wasn't it? Thank you, Charles. I think that's good. And then I want to put my mesh here and here. I'm trying to remember how I did the mesh. What was on the mesh? Was it the... It was called mesh. I didn't save a copy of that mesh there, did I? Yeah, I just have to swap that out for the bass bump and the bass. Okay, so we're going to have to manually do that. Browse. I'm looking for a swimsuit mesh height map. Swimsuit mesh normal map. And a swimsuit mesh opacity map. And that should be good for the dirty black and aqua. So let's save that. You know what? I'm going to make a dirty camera. Before, I'm going to go ahead and save this, but we're going to make a dirty version of the camera. So I'm going to save you. You're going to say worn black and aqua. And I've got the wrong thing selected, so we got to do that again. All right, don't save that. Don't save the eyes. Hit accept. All right, we're going to launch. We're going to launch Substance Painter here and grunge up the camera. Okay, well, Substance, actually I have to make a material file for the camera because I don't think we have one. We do not. So we'll just save that real fast here. Material preset. Ocvo camera. I think that says camera. Should be good. Probably fine. All right. Let's adjust Substance Painter so I can still see chat in case something happens. File recent. I am looking for something that should say Ocvo camera. There we go. And you know what? I'm just going to drop my generic dirty shader on here. Which is supposed to be right there. Storm Raider. It's one of my Storm Raiders. Why am I not seeing it? Let's do this. I'll search by there it is, right there. I don't know why that didn't pick up with the filter. But that's the base for the boots. You are the base for the boots. Why are you the base for the boots? There's the dirt and wear. We're going to use that. I'm just going to take that. We'll just drop that right on there. There, now we got a grungy ass camera. I'm just going to dump that out like that. We got dirt on our lens. Oh no. You know what? We're going to have a clean lens. Maybe. Yeah, I'm just going to have a clean lens. I'm not going to worry about making the lens dirty. So or should I? I don't know. Let's actually, well, let me export this out. And then I'll debate what I'm going to do. Should be good. Export that. Open up the output directory. Rename all of this worn. Rename with the power renamer. There we go. We are going to replace camera underscore with camera underscore worn underscore. Apply that. Should be good. All right, let's take all of this. Control Okay, so I probably don't need this height map. I don't need that normal map, so we can get rid of those. Because those are going to be the same for either version. Let's cut this. Pop back over to here where we got the camera materials. Alright, let's update. I'm going to see if I can play. You know what? There we go. The lens is still glass. I'm going to update everything else. Metallicity. Let's browse. Paste. Right there is the worn metallic, so we use that. Okay, base color. I'm going to swap that out for the dirty one. Right there. And then the glossy roughness, we're going to update that with the dirty glossy roughness. And I'm going to save that as camera worn. Material preset. Actually, I'm not going to. Oh, I'm going to save it. I'm going to try to tweak that lens, though. I want to play with the lens a little bit. Camera worn. And you know, because it's Daz, worn is end up. I'm going to rename you clean. Let's do that. Rename that. Call it clean. And that way that appears clean and then worn. Alright, we're going to see if I can grunge that lens up a little bit. Camera lens. Maybe if do I have a glossy roughness on this thing or something like that? Glossy roughness. Maybe we'll use a glossy roughness map. So if I do that, I'm going to switch over to iRay here while we sort this out. Okay, so like that, it looks like garbage. By default, it looks like that. So if I put a, so I think if I put a worn map on there, it'll make it look a little, it makes a little sense to have it dirty. So let's do, I'm just going to steal this camera roughness map from here and see how that looks, and then maybe adjust that, although it's at 0 right now. I think that looks okay. I don't know if that's actually doing anything or not. Doesn't really seem to be. Let's see what is making you glassy? That's what we really want to know, right? There's probably, if I take the glossy weight off of that, that doesn't do anything. So I do have a refraction index. If you make you, yeah, now you're just invisible. Refraction weight. So maybe I'm going to play with that. Oops. Although I want to look at just the lens. Nope. I'm probably going to stop worrying about it and probably just live with it like that. I think I'm just going to live with it like that. Probably looks okay. It's a bit noisy in there. It looks a little weird because it's reflecting that big light which actually is kind of handy. There's a giant light back here, and that's what we're seeing reflected off in the camera. You know what? That's probably going to be okay. I'm going to just leave it like that. So I'm just going to resave you. I think I didn't make any changes, really, did I? Not that makes any difference. All right, so that's fine. So now we're just going to resave this hierarchical material worn version now that we've got a worn camera. So do that. And I'm going to overwrite that and say yes and accept. And now I need to come up with a few more color options. So I think we'll go with a red and a gold. I think I have a sneaky way to do this. So let's make you red. I'm just going to make you... Did my red not just drop the displacement map? Really? No, wait. I think I see... Do I see a displacement map in there? Oh no, is my red not showing a displacement map? Dang it, I'm going to have to resave those. Oh, the calamity. Let's not show hidden. Yeah, my displacement map's not there. Is that this? Did I forget to add my displacement map to all of these? Ah, nuts. I have to resave all of this shit. Because we're missing the displacement map. Dangity dang it. Alright, we're going to have to resave these because apparently... I know, let me just double check. Is the gold got a displacement map? Gold's got my displacement map, so those are good. Neon green, no displacement map. Pink, it's missing. Red, it's missing. Silver is good. White is missing. Yellow's probably missing. Okay, so the worn texture's got displacement maps, so I don't have to redo those. So I just have to redo these colors because apparently I saved them without the displacement map turned on. And these others look okay. So I'm looking at my displacement map right there. And yeah, somebody forgot their displacement map. All right, I'm going to hide this. We're going to load in a figure that's both of these together to save them out. So I don't know, that might actually be in the scene already. Let's hide you. Let's do that. I'm just checking to see if I've got... I don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to import I'm in the wrong folder. Where am I? I'm in my... Here we go. Projects. Beach Party. Sporty Swim. Whip. Substance. This one right here, we're going to use that for saving the material files. Okay, we are good. Select that, come over here, grab all of these, apply that, and I don't even have my opacity map on here, do I? Doi. All right, let's get that. My cutout opacity is missing too. So the swim, we are looking for swim underscore opacity. I think that's what I'm looking for. Swim underscore opacity. So I need that there. And then I need to put this displacement map right there. Oh, and I gotta add my trans map's probably missing. Or I don't know, let's double check. Yeah, the trans map got turned off. Oh, because I just swapped that out for the wrong one. This one right here is the slides opacity. There we go. I think that's good. Are you all wrong? Yeah, that's not quite right. I gotta make some adjustments. Is that too thin? I need a version with this on the on that, I think. Okay, we're opening up. We got to do a little Photoshop here because Chris has confused himself. So I got to readjust some opacity maps. I'm going to turn off that eye ray because that's kind of slowing things down in the background. Back over to Photoshop. So what am I looking for? I am looking for whatever I'm looking for. It's not here. It's because I moved it and Photoshop can't find it anymore. That's what the deal is with that. Beach party. Summer sporty swim. There we go. Whip. I think this is the one with my. That's for displacement. This will also work for the opacity map. So I need another opacity map. So let's try. Let's come over here. Runtime textures, me, swim. That's the slider opacity. That's the slider roughness. Here, let's open this with Photoshop. Okay, and I just need to make these white and then save that out as an opacity map. I need this. I can do. It should be fine. I'm getting there. I'm figuring this out. Yeah, all right, let me do this. And you can't see what I'm doing because I'm over in the corner there. And Photoshop, get out of the way. Too much stuff. Not enough time. And I can't see chat because you were in the way. Okay, so let's duplicate you. Turn you off. Let's fill that in with white. Where'd my toolbar go? There it is. Alright, and then let's save this back out. Control. I should just override this. I think that'll be fine. Control. File save as a copy or something like that. File save as. I think I'll do save as a copy. Sporty swim, runtime, textures, that. Aqua swim, JPEG. And I'm going to overwrite that, I think. Let's try that. All right, let's put you off to the side. Let's take a look. Well, you know what? I should probably... Yeah, we're going to touch this up. I'm going to put a little opacity right through here because I don't need that to be clear. I'm going to put this back to the base opacity. Yeah, and I need this to be opaque right through here. So we're going to touch that up just a little bit. I'm going to turn that on for a second so I can kind of see what I'm doing. Come over here, take a nice hard paintbrush, maybe something a little smaller. Smaller still. Why am I not invalid? Oh, I have that on. There we go. All right. Come on, Photoshop. Why you no undo? Why is everything grayed out here? What the hell? Why can I not edit? What the hell is going on? Did it pop a window open up somewhere? I can do that, but I can't undo it. That is odd. I'm going to cancel this. I am sad. So sad. What the hell? Photoshop, what are you doing? You know, I don't need Substance Painter in the background. We'll shut that down. Hey, I got my undos back. Okay. That layer seems to be broken. Maybe not. There we go. All right, all right. All right, all right. Now it's functioning normally again. All right, so I'm going to put a little displacement through there. Oh, you know what? I got to get the... there's another slider in here somewhere. There it is. So I'm going to run that through there like that too. And you know what? I think I will try to black that out. So let's see if we can get some... Where is my... There we go, right in here. I want this to be black behind this. I think. Are you my UVs? See, there's my UVs. So I think somewhere down around. I'm lost. That's not what I want. That's not it. There we go. I'm going to put it right in here. Open new layer. Sorry, sounded like a quote John Candy used from Ari. Let's I'm going to put black right back into here. Is what I'm thinking. I got to do this in 4 spots though. See the Canadian. All right. I was thinking of that that actor guy. You know, what's his name? You know, he's one of those cool actors. And now I can't think of his name anymore. Okay, and then I'm going to put a couple over here. And then I think I can just use the one map. Oh shoot, John Candy's best movie, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. No, it's Matt McConaughey. That's what I was thinking of, Matt McConaughey. All right, let's try that. That's the wrong one. There we go. Let's try. Let's see how this works. I'm fixing my opacity map. Control. Our trip to Minnesota was stains, trains, an automobile. Check the engine light. Oh. File. Save as a copy. Back over here. I probably should have just exported this. I'm going to save you as a JPEG. We're going to overwrite, I think that one right there. I hope I'm overwriting the right file. And we pop back over into here. Can I do a refresh with this? And then can I swap you out? For the swim opacity. No. I just updated you. And you know what? You're probably not refreshed, are you? No, you're still looking jank. I just went to all the trouble to make you transparent, and yet you're still laughing at me. Why? Browse. Did something not get saved? I don't see it. It's like my changes didn't get saved. Oh, they didn't get saved. Photoshop was hanging on me. There you go. There we go. That's what I wanted. Although I don't want the opacity on the trims. But I am going to set it up like this. So I think we're good to go. So it's just a matter of swapping out the colors now. Everything else should be good. Yeah, except I think I will make these. Here, we're going to adjust these. I'm going to take that opacity map off of those. And we should still look good. Yep, still look good. All right, this is how I'm going to save things. All right, now we're going to just crank these out. So file, where am I? Content library, clickety click, material preset. And I am updating the aqua. And this should be good. All right, now we're just going to swap out the black. Hey, black's right there. And we'll just save that. I should probably save opacity maps too. I'm saving my material preset for black. Okay, gold was good, so we're going to update the lime. Neon green. Do I have neon green sitting in here already? I do not see my neon green. So we're going to go get that. Wows. There's neon green. Let's save that. Material preset, there we go. Neon green is good to go. Okay, let's do the pink. Let's save the pink. And I still have red and white and yellow to do. Should be good. Okay, we saw the swap out the red. Okay, let's get the white. There is white. Granted, it's light gray, but it gets blown out a lot. And then we'll take care of that yellow. And we should be back to good again. All right, so how do we want to... Now I'm just going to do I want to save some solids? Do we just want to do maybe so I want maybe 6. Maybe we'll do 6. We'll do a couple of two-tones and we'll do some solids. Although I don't really need to do solids, but so I'll color everything. Let's do a red and gold. Let's do that. So let's apply red. Then I'm going to take, and actually I need a holder. I need to do a little bit of cheating here. I think I have a bottom hiding in here somewhere. I do not. Let's get a random piece of clothes in here I can work with. Content library. Let's pop over here. Let me just drop in this bottom here. And I'm going to make that gold. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy this. I'm just going to copy that surface there. I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to make all the trim in here gold. So trim, 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 trim and trim, and paste that. And I'm going to save that as red and gold. Yeah, my brain stopped again. Hierarchical material preset. There we are. You're going to be... I don't have the camera in here. I need a camera in here. I don't need this anymore. That's what it comes down to. I've got the wrong thing. I'm going to hide you. And you I don't think I need. Let's get this Genesis. There we go. And I'm going to turn off this eye array because it's kind of bogging things down a little bit. Go back to texture shaded. All right, now I'm ready to start cooking along. Let's take you and let's put clean camera on. Let's take you, make you red. Let's take you, make you gold. Let's copy selected surface. All right, now we'll make you red. Select all of this. This way we can make all the trim gold. And then I'm going to save that. Come over here, File, Hierarchical Material Preset. This will be red and gold. Don't use ampersands. I understand Max might not like it. All right, we're not going to save. No, I got the wrong thing selected. Damn it. I hate that. Red and gold. G9. Okay, don't need the G9, don't need the eyes. All right, we're good. All right, now we're going to put the worn versions back on. So there's the worn camera. There's that worn red. There's that worn gold. I'm going to copy this surface. And I'm going to make that red. Then we're going to take and turn all these trims worn gold. And then we're going to save that. And you're just going to be red, worn red and gold. And I've got the wrong thing selected again. I always keep forgetting that I have to select the main figure for the hierarchical material presets, otherwise it's going to laugh at me. Okay, don't save the Genesis 9, don't save the eyes, hit accept. Okay, I still need to do maybe 8 more of these. And I haven't even decided what color combinations I want to do yet. Black and aqua. Do we want to do maybe a black and yellow? I think I want to try a black and yellow. Let's try that. So let's lay down. And maybe I do... No, I just clicked on the wrong one. Maybe we do this black. And you know what? We'll put like yellow trim here and we'll use black trim here. And I'm going to put my meshes on this. So the mesh I still have to do this for. Okay, so I put mesh here and on the sides. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. Actually, I should copy this. And apply it to the trims up here. That, and that. And then what I want to do is maybe copy this and apply it to the trims down here. There and there. I want to do a render on this and see what it looks like. I want to do a big render on this and see what it looks like. Anyhow, I think this will be the black and yellow. Yeah, I'll do that as black and yellow. So make sure the camera is clean. Select this, come back over to here, do this. Hierarchical material preset, black and yellow. Don't save that, accept. Hey, it's Rod Shalley. How you doing, Rod? I'm tediously coloring things. Let's make you Warren yellow. Let's make you Warren black. Let's copy that and apply it to the trim. And let's copy that and apply it to the trim down here. And let's make sure that camera's dirty. And let's save that out as the Warren version. So we're saving colors today. How you doing, Art or Rod? Mr. Rod. Hierarchical material preset. Black and yellow, but we're going to call you Warren. And accept that. Okay. Maybe we'll do... I don't know, I'm trying to figure out color combinations based on what I've got sitting here. Maybe aqua and silver is what I'm thinking. Let's see how that looks. I'm gonna render this. It's gonna be small, but I want to take a look if this sucks or not. Nah, I think that's gonna be okay. So I think aqua and silver. I'm gonna go with that. Doing reasonably okay. You think you haven't killed anything today? Yet. The day is still young. You still have a couple hours to get it in there. I think that's going to be fine. I'm going to stop that. All right, let's get the clean camera in here. Let's save that out. Aqua and silver. Oops, I forgot to select that. And I think I might do pink and white. And I think that's going to be... I'm running out of ideas. So, Aqua, and silver. Yep, let's do that. So don't select that, don't select that, accept this. Should be good. All right, let's do dirty version. There we got our dirty camera. Here's our dirty aqua. You know, I should do, there's the dirty silver. I'm going to copy that. And then make that dirty aqua. Then make those dirty silver. Then do the dirty silver on the trim up here. And then save that. And that's going to be aqua and silver, but worn. I'm going to check my phone here. Touch of chaos. Alrighty. Sounds good, Charles. Oh, wait. There was more. Did I just save this? I did. All right, let's do pink and white. So back over, was my camera dirty, by the way? My camera was dirty. Okay, excellent. All right, there's the clean camera. Here's the clean white. I'm going to use white as the trim, so we're going to copy this. And then we're just going to make these pink. And then we're going to come in here and turn the trims white. Toy. Touch of Yahoo. Oh, you got a new toy. Ooh, you did get a new toy to be delivered Saturday. I think I did that. All right, now we're going to save this. Your pink and white. I should do something with the green, right? I think I'm just going to save green as green, or maybe green and gold, or green and silver. I don't know. Don't save that. Don't save that. Say okay. All right, let's make it dirty. Save that. There's our dirty camera. There's a dirty white. So I just need to make a copy that. Then we can make these dirty pink. Then I can change all the trim to dirty white. I think I did it. I can't tell. Ooh, post a pic in the gallery. I think that's right. Okay. Cancel that. Come over here. Save hierarchical material preset, pink and white, but worn. And I got the wrong thing selected again. So we do that again, this time with the right thing selected. And pink and white. And we call you worn. We do that and uncheck that and uncheck that and accept this. There we go. And let me just take a look. So I haven't done anything with this neon green. So let's do something with that. So maybe, how will you look with the gold? Did I select the right thing? Let's take a look at that with the gold. And I think I'll put the mesh on that too. I don't think the green looks good with the gold. I think I'm going to go with the silver on that. Let's try the silver. Somewhere in here something says silver. Right there. Is that better? I don't know. You know, I'm going to cancel that. I want to render this big so I can take a good look at it. All right, see you when you get back, Rod. All right, let's take a look at that. Also, the camera is the wrong color now. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the silver on that. And I think I'm going to put the mesh. I'm going to do the mesh thing here. We'll put mesh here. And on the sides. I should make some opacity maps too. So let's stop that. Let's come back over here. Let's, you are good to go. So we're going to save you. You're going to be green and silver. And then I make a worn version of that. Oh, dang it. I did want to do the mesh on this though, didn't I? So this one will have the mesh. Here's the opacity map for the mesh, and then I'm also going to update the normal map for the mesh, and the bump map for the mesh. All right, now we're ready to save this. Well, I think I have to, I did do the mesh on that, I think. Yeah, okay. Deforce preset. Nope, no hierarchy material. Yep, select that. Click over here. Hierarchy material preset. Green and silver. Do not save the figure. Do not save the eyes. And click accept. All right, now we're going to make dirty green and silver. So I'll come over here. I'm going to click that orange. Copy this. Turn those to the orange green. Click on the trims. Make them silver. Make the camera dirty. And we're going to put mesh on these. So I got to do the height, the normal, and the opacity. Should be good. All right, now I'm going to save. Did I put my silver on here? I did. Okay. It's just this dirty stuff. It's hard to see sometimes. And did I make you dirty? I thought I did. Seems like I did. All right, that gives me 12 shaders, 6 clean and 6 dirty. Click on you. Green and silver, but worn. And then I have to do this for the Genesis 8. So we'll probably, hopefully, I'm going to make these thumbnails, and we'll probably do the Genesis 8 ones on Thursday then. So we are getting there. We have made our D-Force presets. I'm going to render these thumbs. I need to render a couple of thumbs for these cameras. I still want to make some displacement or some opacity options to save too, so we're going to work on that. We've got 17 minutes, and we're just going to render out thumbnails now. So I'm going to switch this back to 256 and get those out of the way. Let's hide you, and let's hide the eyes, because they're just freaking creepy. Come over here to my render settings and set that back to 256 and 256. And alright, then we just kind of pop through these real quick. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to double. Okay, that's looking fine. Stop that. Say yes. Close. Hit save. Come over to here. I'm in the wrong folder because we were working over in the Genesis 9s. And this is Warren Aquins. No, you are not that one. You are green and silver. There we go. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the I'm going to make you visible and you visible, but we're going to make you invisible with a shader. So if I accidentally save this, it should Nope, that did not work. Dang it. There we go. So if I've accidentally saved material settings for this, they should become visible. So that's the reason I'm doing that. Good copy. All right, let's crank through these. Aqua and silver. That looks like it worked. Control R. I don't know if my camera changed though. We'll double check. I think that's going to be fine. We'll stop that and save it. I'm double checking my camera. My camera's looking good. All right, this is the hero texture, the black and the aqua. Probably good enough. All right, yellow and black. There we go. Boom. Green and silver. Render, render, render. Probably good enough. What do you want? Purple or pink and white? Dun, 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 dun. There we go. All right, red and gold. And then we do the dirty versions. probably good enough. Okay, aqua and silver, worn. I think I did the green and silver already. All right, save that. Black and aqua in the worn. Oh, see. Apparently we saved that one with the character and the eyeballs. So we're going to resave that. And this time I'm going to remember to uncheck the... So what I did is I forgot to uncheck that. I forgot to uncheck that last time. So we're going to accept those. Then I'm going to hide these again. All right, and then we're just going to go back and I'm going to reapply that one. Then we apply this. We're still good. All right, now we'll render the thumbnail. Yeah, it's probably good. And it stopped, so yeah, it must be good. All right, you go away. Black and yellow. Did it again. That's why I made it invisible, so that if I screwed one up, it'll pop. I forgot, which one am I doing? I think I'm doing the black and yellow, yeah. So uncheck and accept. And we're going to just make these invisible again. And then I'm going to apply that. I think I already got that one rendered. Oh, the eyes popped back. Or did I make the eyes? Did the eyes even get to be made invisible? I'm going to render this. Save that. So I actually have my green and silver one done already. So we're just going to check that and make sure. I may have screwed that up. Yep, I see the eyes popped back in. So we're going to save that again. Like this. I'm going to overwrite green and silver. Say yes. Uncheck that and uncheck the eyes. Accept that. Select the eyes. Make them invisible. Double check with the yellow and black. Double check with the green and silver. Now we're good. Pink and white. Looking good. That's right, save your thumbnail. And then red and gold. Seem to work. Are you coming out with the worn texture? You are the worn texture. Okay, excellent. Yeah, you're probably close enough. And yes on that. All right, let's hit save. I got to render the camera a couple of times. So let's go get these finished. So we're going to get rid of the teeny ones. Ah, I'm losing track of what I'm doing. What are you? Oh, you're a thumbnail. Okay, you're a teeny one. All right. And let me try, let's sort by type. That'll make things a little easier. And that way I can just grab all of this, resize. Then I can sort by date. So all of these are now at the top, and then we're going to rename those. And going to do that, and I lost the .def. I think that should be good. All right, pop back over to here, do a little refresh. There we go. There's all our happy hierarchical material thumbs for Genesis 9. I have to do all those again for Genesis 8 because it's that's just the way hierarchical material presets work here. So we're going to do that next time. For right now, though, I gotta render some thumbs for the camera. So let's get a clean camera in here, and I'm just going to zoom in on that. I could just use that, but I didn't have that set up. You are the wrong camera. Are you? There we go. That's the right camera. So you should be clean, but we're going to double check our materials. There we go. All right. So that's going to become the camera thumbnail for the clean one. It's so clean. All right. There we go. Overwrite that. Let's add our dirt. Let's render the dirty camera. Okay, saving the opacities are going to be a little tedious, but we're going to do that and then call it a day. All right, so that is done, and we're going to save opacity off and opacity jersey and opacity with mesh. Yeah, okay, but you are going right there. Okay, got it. So for the opacity maps, I'm going to use that OBJ file we popped in here earlier. At least it should still be around here somewhere, right? There it is. It's right there. Excellent. Do that. You are Genesis. You're probably part of that, so I'm going to get rid of that. There's the IDs. Does anybody still... I thought they went away. I periodically would pop over to share CG, but not often. But I think I read somewhere that they were closing up or closed up. I had some stuff over there. Really, it was an ugly looking site, though. I never liked it was so horrible looking. It was kind of cool the way they let you share stuff, but the site was just plain. They are gone. Had a help screen yesterday, and today, poof. As far as you know, they're still there. I mean, there's one way to find out. I don't know. I think they're gone. Whoa. That's almost like they were hacked or something, because the site's still there and it's connected to some sort of database. You know, I think they're gone, and I think their provider is just not particularly sharp. I mean, because a good web host, if your site's gone, you're not getting that. You're going to get a missing or something. So I'm going to save some opacity files, and then we're going to call it a night. Let me see where I am with this. So I think this is ready. So I'm going to save this as an opacity as Jersey base. Something sure happened. Yeah, not good. No bueno. I did hear that they were closing down, though, on one of the Discords somewhere. File, material preset. I'm going to say right here, we're going to say opacity, Jersey. Spandex. Spandex base. And this becomes tedious. I gotta uncheck all of this. And then we just gotta go through here one at a time and say cut out. And I gotta do this 3 times. And then we're gonna call it a night. We're gonna do the thumbnails, then we'll call it a night. So we're getting close. And then we're gonna go say hi to Touch of Chaos. That's the plan for tonight. She is a marvelous charcoal artist, absolutely incredible work. We are not worthy. I'm trying not to lose track of what I'm doing. Sorry, chat. It's so tedious. I have tricks to make this easier, but I'm not set up to do it at the moment. I have to, if I'm doing a lot of these, I can kind of preset some stuff up and make it faster. But I'm doing 3, so I'm just going to plow through it. We're going to just use brute force method here, because I don't have a clever way to do this. Hopefully this works. I hate to redo these. I'm just going to click through and check everything out. Cut out, 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 cut out. Is that getting boring? I think we're good. All right, I'm going to accept that. So where did you go? There you go, your opacity. Okay, now we're going to do this with mesh. So we're going to change this and this. I should have set up the, yeah, I'm just going to do, here, we'll just do it like this. Set you to mesh. and then save that. Material preset. And you're just going to be spandex mesh. Oh, dang it. No, I don't want to do that. I forgot to change the name down here. Spandex with mesh. There we go. Uncheck all of this. And then just go through and check off those cutouts. Cut out. Where is it? There it is. If there's an easy way to do that and you know it, let me know. I may have missed something totally that just lets me quickly make selections. Wish I could like set up a template or something that would just save parts. You know, I just want to save the cutout, maybe the displacement, or maybe the bumps and not the colors. All right, I think that's good. Okay, then we're just going to do one more. So I'm going to make everything just opaque. So we're going to say opacity none. And then we're just going to save that as a material preset. And I'm just going to do opacity full. And then we're just going to save that. So uncheck all and then go through and choose all the cutouts. My eyes are starting to cross. Oh dear God, will it ever end? Oh, the huge manatee. That is emissives. That is geometry. There we go. Two more to go. One more to go. Accept. Yay. Okay, I'm going to render thumbnails of this real quick. I'm going to do that by kind of zooming in a little bit too. I think we'll do that. And then we're just going to set this to my generic gray. So we're going to come over here and put that, my generic silk on here and put that on here. And let's come back over here and put my displacement on. And this should have nothing, so we're going to make this one of the thumbnails. This is displacement, or this is opacity full. I'm going to back up just a little bit actually, because I want to be able to see this and this. Maybe like that. All right, now I'll render these. All right, that's one. And that one is, one of these says full, right there, it says full. Okay, let's put the spandex base. Let's take a look at how that's looking. So that just puts an opacity on everything but the trim. You know what? You really can't see it there, but I know it's there. So that's replacing this one right here. Then this is the one with the mesh. And hopefully you can spot the mesh here and here. It's a little subtle. Okay, now we're just gonna, that is almost done. Let's do this. Where am I? Okay, so I gotta replace that and that. And then over here, we're gonna replace that and that one. Oh no, I didn't save. I forgot to save that. I go to the trouble to render it and then I forgot to save it. Right there. Hopefully that's in the right spot. Okay, so we're going to make a thumbnail out of you and you. And opacity full, opacity spandex, and opacity spandex with mesh. Resize those. I'm going to sort by date. So, and then we're just going to rename these and we're good for the day. Where's DJ when you need him? Rename with Power Renamer. There it is. I think this should be good. All right. Let's take a look. Let's refresh. Save. All right, these are good. I'm just gonna copy. You know what? We're just gonna come over here and we're just gonna copy this over to the other ones. Should be fine. Control C. We're gonna pop over here the Gen 8s. So the thing we still have left is the hierarchical material files for the Genesis 8. We still have to do those. So D-Force presets we did today. Hierarchical material presets for Genesis 9 we did. Shaders are done. We finished up the materials. We have the main files done, top, bottom, camera, and then the complete outfit for Genesis 9. For Genesis 8, we have the top, the bottom, the camera, and the complete outfit for 8. We have all of our materials are done. Our D-Force presets are done. So we just have to do the hierarchical materials for Genesis 8. Yeah, and then I just have to make promos and things. So we are getting really close to having like a real product here. So anyhow, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. We've run a little late. We're going to go over and say hi to A Touch of Chaos. So if you can stick around, that would be awesome. Hey, check out CS Bond, coolest cat here in the Twitchverse. And let me take a look. How's everything on the YouTube? Anybody over on the YouTube? I can't tell. I got one watching. It's probably Art. Anyhow, thank you all on the YouTube for watching. And we will be back Thursday, 7 p.m. We are so close to putting the finishing touches on this. I'm debating whether or not I wanted to add threads, and I don't know if I will or not, but we'll see. But anyhow, we still have to just knock out those hierarchical material files for the Genesis 8, and we could kind of call this a done product. Then it's a matter of just doing promos and things, and I'm going to do that off stream. We'll do a little bit of resetting up the file directory, and you know, those of you in the secret server, keep an eye out for this. So anyhow, let me take a look at A Touch of Chaos' stream before your raid. So let's pop over there. Let's do this. Let me type Twitch, touch of chaos. And like I said, she's an absolutely incredible charcoal artist, I think is what she's doing. Dark art charcoal in English. Yeah, we'll go over and say hi to her. So, oh, hold on just a second. All right, I'm back. Sorry. Am I even on camera? I can't tell anymore. Anyhow, hopefully you can stick around for the raid and say howdy to Touch of Chaos. We got the raid calls. If you're not a subscriber, feel free to use that one. If you are a subscriber, you can use the sub raid. I'm going to do that. And hopefully I can catch you all in the future. You need those tin chinchillas. It takes too long. Anyhow, I'm gonna, here, you know what? Hit save. And now I'm probably not in camera anymore because I'm actually sitting up straight. Slash raid. Oh, she spells it funny. Let me do this. I think that's like a 0 instead of an O or something in there. So I think I have to do this. I got too many T's in there. Let's try it. Let's try that. Did that work? I think that has worked. All right. Thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate it. I hope you all have a good rest of a Tuesday or Wednesday for those of you on the happy side of the planet. We will be back Thursday, 7 p.m. Really close to finishing this up. And then we can move on to something on Saturday, something new. Anyhow, yeah, I'm copying my raid call. Copy. Control C. And hasta la vista, baby.